The world is changing.
I'm looking to do things better.
To improve.
Just because it's always been that way doesn't mean it's right.
I embrace change.
I seek adventure and discovery.
I explore the unexplored.
To know the unknown.
Even in the toughest moments, we ride together.
Even in the moments when we're at our limits.
We support each other. It's time to move up a level.
Push that little bit harder.
Changes we make now will make the future better for all.
The efforts we put in today
Will pay dividends tomorrow.
We all have the power to up the game.
To build something better.
It's not time to play.
It's time to get real.
it's time to be a game changer.
Hello there, everybody, and welcome to Tuesday Night Track, Week 2, where we will be bringing you the second Omnium on RGT. So this week we've got 4 events back to back. Got quite a good turnout for these. And initially we've got race 1. So this will be a short scratch race, 9 kilometers. And this has been run on the 8-bar circuit, very technical circuit with a lot of corners. So that will be points awarded. First over the line will get 1 point, etc. Race 2 is going to be a 3-lap dash. So that's just 3 laps of the Herne Hill Velodrome. And that's 1.5 kilometers in total. So that's going to be short and sweet. Probably be 2.5 minutes that. It's going to be all out. And then following on from that, we're going to have the individual time trial. So that's going to be a mass start event, but with the drafting turned off. And that is going to take place on the Silverstone Grand Prix circuit. And that is a 5.8 kilometer track. So we're looking at 10 to 12 minutes, I guess, for that. And then to end with the RGT exclusive, the elimination race. So that could go on quite a while, because we have got quite a big field this evening. The way that works is there'll be 5 neutral laps to start with. And each lap is 500 meters. And then after that, 2 riders will be eliminated every single lap. So it's very much a dive for the line every lap, no let off. And the numbers will be slowly whittled down and down until there's only a couple riders left. And at that point, it will be winner takes all across the line. So this is the second time this sort of event has been run. Last week was pretty good. I think we had around about 30 riders in total. I did not get off to a very good start. I had a bit of a power mix up at the beginning of the first scratch race, and I was on the back foot after that. But I will be riding today as well as commentating. So hopefully I will be able to do both successfully. If I do stop commentating for any reason, it's probably because I'm just focusing on the race for a moment. But I'll try and talk through what's going on, and hopefully it will be an exciting event with these 4 back-to-back races. All right, 10 seconds, or less than 10 seconds to go. Let's get fired up. 3, 2, 1, and we're off. Oh, blimey, and they're shooting out of the gate here. So we've got some familiar names. Ben Phillips, Alex Vega, Will Spencer, Jacob Claffey. Familiar, good riders. A few of the Ratio racing team. You can see already, very technical course. There are a lot of corners, and you want to be using those to your advantage where you can, easing off. There's a couple of spots on this course where you can really attack. This final straight that we're just coming up to now, this is a good point to attack. You can actually get a little bit of speed up through here into this final hairpin, which then slings you round into this short little dash for the line. It'll either be about 90-second laps, this is quite nice. I've got the inside line again, just hugging that corner, taking the shortest route. So we've got about 30 riders in this, decent sized front group here. So this is with drafting on. Oh, need to watch there a little bit. Eased off for a little bit too long. Almost got spat out the back. Still in this group, there we go, look. Nicely back towards the front. So quite a lot of red numbers. People pushing hard on the left-hand side. This corner can be tough if you're on the outside like that. You can lose 5 to 10 meters in those hairpins. So you do need to be alert. Mostly sticking together at the front as we complete the second lap. And it is a long event. Each event, well, an overall long event. 4 different races back to back. And the challenge here for the riders is really watching that effort in each event. Each of the 4 events is quite short. This is only a 9-kilometer race. It's going to take 12 to 13 minutes. You think, oh, that's a quick race. I could really go hard. But what you've got to watch out for is after this, there's 3 more short races. really we're racing about 40 kilometers in total, not 9. But if you think of it like that, and it is a long event, and you don't want to be going at this pace for the whole event, because that is just going to wear you out and you're going to suffer on the upcoming events. So we've got that 3-lap dash next. And that really is going to be short, sweet and explosive. Then the TT, that individual effort. Drafting is turned off for that. The good thing about virtual cycling, the organisers can control the draft, have it on or off. So it looks like it's getting quite spread out now. The French bunch being whittled down a little bit. It's stretched out behind. These hairpins are really doing some damage. It really does get stretched out. The front group come round to start lapping some of the back markers. As they complete the 4th lap of 9. It looks like it's about 10 or so in this front group. The lap time's just dipping under 90 seconds. You can see in the top left the power chart, how up and down that graph is. We're following Jacob Claffey. They're easing off into those corners like you would in real life if the virtual brakes get pressed. And then powering out of those corners, trying to get back up to speed before the brakes get applied again. Like a bit of a move here from Alex. Off the front, I'm going to try and bridge across. A little bit of a gap there. You guys have closed it up. They complete another lap. Looks like it's 8 in this front group now. But there's points on offer for every event. If you mess up in one, you can maybe save your energy for the next one. Get back in. Get a hat full of points second time round, third time round. That's the beauty of this Omnium event. Plus it'll be 45 minutes of riding, 4 mini events in one, 4 opportunities to score big points. Well, actually little points, because the scoring's done in reverse. Like golf, the lowest score at the end, that's the winner. So you want to be getting in the top positions, scoring low points in as many events as possible. And different people have different strengths. This scratch course is very technical. Patty makes a big effort up the front there. 3 laps remaining. Keeping that power on. The 3-lap dash is much more of a power effort with a bit of drafting. And then the TT, that's a solo effort. So Kathy's still pushing on at the front here. Luca 7 behind. Slowly putting him back. He's holding that lead at the moment. Keeping his numbers red. These guys try to bridge across. 2 laps remaining. His chase is fragmenting a little bit. Inside the last mile. Oh. After that, the bridge across. Around that lap. Go. Front group of 5. Is anyone going to push? Try and go solo? Or are people happy with good points? Oh, Alex is going. A big move. I'm going to try and close him down. Oh. Good win by Alex there. Top it in second. 5th in third. Traffic 4th. Home 5th. Oh. Right. Try and rest up a bit now before that next event. 3-lap dash. Starts in 7 minutes. Oh. and get that heart rate back down. So Lambert, Phillips, Spencer, McIntyre, and Kim rounding out the top 10 there. Oh. I felt like I was in a position at the end there. Alex's wheel, so just pushed a bit. I'm going to jump over to that dash race, get logged in. Oh, look at that. Good numbers there. So the good thing is by finishing early, get a little bit of an extra bit of rest before we start the next event. So Chris will be picking up all those results, feeding them into his spreadsheet. Excellent. We've got the top 10 there on the screen straight away. Just confirming that top 3, Alex Plager in first, Guillaume Toffoli in second, myself, Mike Lister in third, Jacob Claffey, Chris O'Hearn running out that top 5, getting those points on the leaderboard nice and early. Those finishing positions corresponding to the number of points they'll receive. And those points being totaled up from the 4 events to provide an overall score, and the lowest score wins. So you just need to make sure that it's not gone too early. Have a bit of a breather now between events. This one is going to be fast and furious. So we've got 27 in so far. There's 32 that started the first one. So this is mass start. Everyone in for themselves. Drafting is on. And this is a virtual representation of the Herne Hill Velodrome in South London. It's a 500-metre circuit. We're doing 3 laps. I think it's going to be 2 minutes and 3 seconds. No, it'll be a bit longer than that. Last week we were doing this in, I think the fastest time was just under 36 seconds for a 1-lap sprint. It was pretty full on. So we do have the benefit of a bit of drafting today. But I'm sure the start will be fast and furious as the front group's trying to drop people. Chris and the organizer, commissioner of the event, just giving some instructions in the messenger. Just making sure everyone knows that there's 4 events today. You don't have to do all 4, but obviously helps your chances if you do. We've got 34 here, so there could be a couple that have missed that first race, stepping in for this second event. I hope if you're watching this, you're enjoying it. Certainly a bit different. Looks like John Crane is in the chat. Nice to see you, John. Must be on his lunch break. To say that you were networking, John. Not to be confused with not working. Ooh, all right, well, I think I've got my breath back. Give my legs a shake. Working with ZMS Streams here to bring this to you today. He's sat in his garage, feeling a bit chilly. I'm in my garage, feeling pretty warm after that first effort. And if you saw as it flashed up, that was a 1.01 intensity factor. So bang on the money for that length of race. But have I gone too soon? That's the question that you've got to be asking yourself all the way through this. Got 90 seconds before the start of this next event. And then after this, it's the individual time trial. which is a 5.8 kilometre effort on the Silverstone Grand Prix circuit, which I have done a couple times, just hootled around, not as a TT. Lasts longer than you think. Obviously a bit quicker in a Grand Prix car. They're lapping about 6 or 7 times in the time we would do one lap. We were going to do a side-by-side race. You never know, our starts on this circuit might be quite quick. All right. So who we got in this then? So I've given you some of the names. Alex, very good, the winner of the last event. He's a regular, very good at the crit racing. Jakob Claffey, strong rider. Johnny Sinica, I know he won the Echelon Cat 3 race at the weekend. Neil Pugh, he's been competing in that as well. Right, 10 seconds. Fired up then. This is going to be off like a rocket. Ah. There we go, shooting off. I think I had the best start. I'm up into the group. I can conserve energy now. Keep that heart rate down. Ah. So on to the third lap already. Alex going early. Oh, what was that? Third, maybe? Oh, another win for Alex. Oh, wow, that was interesting. I left my sprint too late there. Just nipped in for third place though. Yeah, pretty close for the top 10. Half a second in it. Wow. Yeah, that was different. So Alex with another win. Back-to-back wins there. Haskell in second. I picked up another third place. Gobert in fourth. Banquist in fifth. O'Hearn there in sixth. Another top 10 for him. Barr in seventh. Claffey eighth. Another top 10 for him. Redpath in ninth. Wow. That was fast and furious. All right, on to the next one then. The individual time trial up next. Oh, I'm not quite sure what to make of that. It started quite quick. I thought I was a bit boxed in at the start, but managed to get up there quite quick. Back up to the front. Tried to just draft where I could. It was quite hard staying off the front though. And Alex went early, about 250 meters. Thought that was bold, but the pack just didn't quite come together to chase him down quick enough. He had to hold on just to the line. There we go, Will Spencer rounding out the top 10. So Alex is looking to be in a strong position after that race. 2 wins out of 2 for him. That was more about your sprint at the start, sprint at the finish, trying to recover in the middle. This event's going to be a bit different. This is more about your diesel engine. Who's got that strong, consistent power that they can put out. So, yeah, Alex there in the chat just saying that maybe he's not got that diesel engine. He's done well so far, picking up those 2 wins. But now we might see something a little bit different. And that's the great thing about this Omnium event. It does test all disciplines. Your tactical noose and your bike handling. Gives that a bit of a run for its money in the first event. Your sprint skills in the second. This one is that steady, relentless effort for about 12, 13 minutes or so. Maybe a little bit less than that, actually. 9 to 12 minutes, somewhere like that, I reckon. And then, yeah, so no drafting on this event. Whilst we're all on the start line together, you have to see where each other is. It will be up to yourself to pace it. You won't get any draft effect from anyone else. It's a fairly flat course. Very minor undulations. You could go quite hard on this one and then be pretty tired for the elimination. That is a very hard event. And that one you really got to be thinking all the time. That's a mental challenge as much as a physical one. We'll be back on the Herne Hill Velodrome course for that. There's a few other events going on this evening. If a more traditional crit race is your thing, there's the SSR Bettis Hangar Tuesday night crit. That starts at 8:30. So you've got a couple minutes to jump across to that. And that's usually about a 45k race, around about an hour. There's a few circuits that they use on that, rotating that up each week. And then there's also a new series starting which has been hosted by British Cycling Southwest. And they're looking to run a bit of a series coming up, starting in January, but they're running a few test events, and that's going to be based on some hill climb, some crit racing, and some more traditional road racing courses based in the southwest of the UK. So Devon, Cornwall, Somerset. They're being recreated, and the Magic Roads feature is being used to bring those into RGT. So it's good to see British Cycling getting on board. And then this weekend is the Echelon Racing League, the Pro Series. That's invitational only, although you can qualify that through the community system. And then, yeah, the pro races this weekend. It's the Gateway Cup based in St. Louis, Missouri. They're recreating 2 events from that series, which is the Giro della Montagna on Saturday and the Fenton Park Classic, which will be run on the Sunday. See, there's a question here from Brad in the chat about drafting being turned off. So yeah, that's right, Brad, for this event, because this is a time trial, drafting will be turned off. So whereas normally in the top left-hand corner of the rider display, where we've got our power numbers and our heart rate, it would give you a drafting saving. For this event, we won't see any of that. It will just give us our historical power data for the last 2 minutes. So that is something that we can control through the power of electronics. And there is the option, so that's all set up by the race organizer. You can choose whether to have that on or off. You don't need to be speaking to RGT, and you can do it as a mass start like we're doing now. Or if you want to have that extra incentive of having a minute man, you can do staggered starts for TTs as well. Or even you can do it as staggered starts for mass races as well with drafting turned on, which, you know, could be another interesting event for the Omnium, where you could say, right, we'll have 3 events. And then we're going to start the final event in reverse order. And you have a handicap. And the last, you can have it with riders going off every 5 seconds, depending on their position. So there's a lot of options. It all comes down to the race organisers. Right. So 15 seconds or so. Nice steady effort here. Don't want to go too deep. I want to save some for that elimination race. Two people going out quite hard. Two people in the red numbers. So when I talk about red numbers, there's 2 types. The top left, you see now I've got a red number. Going around the corner, brakes applied. That's the auto braking in RGT. And that's applied at certain times. So if you're going around the corner, you're going a certain speed, and the brakes will be applied. Or when the drafting and collision braking is turned on, sorry. Sometimes if you're coming up behind a rider, then the game will auto brake for you. Stop you crashing into the back of the rider in front. Just like you would in real life. You wouldn't just coast into the back of them and tap onto the brakes. Stop yourself hitting them. So there's some decent efforts up ahead. Settled into a rhythm. Need to try and maintain this. Just about a quarter of the way in now. Silverstone circuit. Obviously, the quicker you go, the more rest you get at the end. It'll be quite easy to lose points in that elimination race early on if you're too tired. That is a hard effort. You're basically sprinting for the line every 40 seconds or so. But every point does count in this. So Chris O'Hearn leading the way. McIntyre in second. Laffy in third. Kim in fourth and Spencer fifth. Oh no, Spencer sixth, sorry. We come up the yellow arch. Signifies halfway. I'm popping myself into seventh now. I overtake Lambert. Shepherd's. He's up here too. Fifth place. Laffy pushed into the lead. Overtaking O'Hearn. Oh. Got to keep it steady. Don't go crazy. A little bit of an uphill here. And maintain that rhythm. Maintain that power. Slowly reel in those riders ahead. Shepherd is coming back to me. Laffy stretching his lead to 10 metres up front. Him and O'Hearn pulling away from the rest of the field. Power dropped off a bit there. Stop concentrating. Okay in. 2/3 done, 3/4 done. No, 2/3. Oh. 1 mile to go in old money. Oh, and if I've gone too deep, pumping out the numbers. Can't quite catch Spencer. So the lactate building up now. 1K to go. Laffy and O'Hearn still well out in front. They're going to take the 1-2. McIntyre third. And battling for fifth. It's hard work. That's the win for Pappy. Oh, that was hard. I need a breather. I'll give you a moment. Oh. 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 So rider's coming across now. Oh, that was pretty quick. Under 9 minutes. So where are we? Claffey with the win then. 2 seconds ahead of Chris O'Hearn. McIntyre in third. Kim fourth. South Lister in fifth. Just overhauling Will Spencer in the last 300 metres there. Powers in seventh. Lambert eighth. Shepherd's in ninth. Haskell in 10th. Manning in 11th. Plager in 12th. Truffley 13th. Phillips 14th. Macklin 15th. So that might shake things up a little bit in our overall leaderboard. Alex winning the first two. Alex Plager put 12th there. That diesel engine not quite as strong as some of the others. It's the elimination event now. Cheers, Ant. I better make sure I get into that elimination race. Don't want to be missing that. So that 349 watts, average rate 41. Right, got about 5 minutes rest before this elimination event then. Final event of the Omnium. So by my reckoning, I've had 2/3 and a fifth, so I'm on 11 points. Alex has had 2 wins and a 12th, so he's on 14th. O'Hearn's got to be up there. Claffey's up there. He's had a few top 10s. But this elimination race, this is where it can all go. Pete Tong, if you're not paying attention, you can easily fall out of the event early. So we're going to have 5 neutral laps. Each lap is 500 metres. You certainly don't want to fall off in the first few laps. Lap riders are eliminated. And then after those first 5, 2 riders per lap get eliminated. So with 32 riders currently in, we're going to be looking at 20 odd laps. So 10k. Which will be a bit quicker than last week, which was more like 20k. Because it was 1 rider, maybe 2 riders, but every 2 laps. So took a little bit longer to whittle the numbers down. Did get a little bit dizzy going around in circles last week, I will admit. But yeah, you could easily, if you're not paying attention, fall off the pack. And you could come out, be eliminated on lap 6, lap 7. And you're going to score maybe 20 points. But if you can get all the way to the last few laps, you're going to be down into single digits for points, and that's what you want, low points. The rider with the fewest points at the end is the winner. So 2 minutes before we start. Will be a quick start as per normal. Hopefully it won't be completely flat out. But that's the way it goes. People panic. They want to be out in front, make sure that they've got a bit of a buffer. Get some fluids on. So this is going to be a weekly event. And this is the second week. Chris O'Hearn, the organizer, just mixing it up at the minute, trying different formats, see what works, see what doesn't, different orders. Generally, the elimination race is so far has been the last event. I guess there's no reason why that couldn't be the first event. Maybe might be interesting. Put some of those stronger riders on the back foot from the beginning because they've done a 20-minute race off the bat. The only difficulty with that is you don't quite know how long it's going to go on for. Depends on how many riders turn up. All right, I'm going to gear up then. We're only 15 seconds away from the start. And we're off. Oh, it's a slow start. Quite paying attention there and messing around with my power meter. Appeared to get stuck for a second. Already looks like there's a big split. So front group of 16, sitting pretty at the minute. No need for them to push. Bit of impetus on everyone else to catch up. Interesting to see if anyone got caught on the wrong side of that split. See if anyone got caught out. Those big names, those early leaders. Like Thackeray, Fager up here, Spencer, Nancy O'Hearn. McIntyre's in there. Couple of new riders as well. Pushing too hard at the minute at the front. And an opportunity for some of those riders that fell off early to get back in. If you're lapped, and that also results in you being eliminated. Lap 4 already. And after this, the fun really starts. You can see we go live leaderboard, race results. We'll start getting picked off now. There goes Red Path. I thought he did quite well in the TT. I think it was top 15. got to be smart. Make sure you're in that draft. So 29 riders still in. That's Russell that. It's a minimum of 2 riders per lap to be eliminated. So either only rider that gets lapped. So if 2 or more are lapped, no one gets eliminated at the line. So Kim doing a lot of work on the front here, driving that pace. McIntyre taking over. Chris O'Hearn is up here then. Didn't get caught out in any of those early splits. So, 26 left in. Maximum of 13 laps. Few more lap riders getting caught. Front group is 18. These guys are pretty safe for the time being. There's still 24 riders on the road. Big bunch up here. If they smart, they'd see us coming and they'd be sprinting to try and stay in this as long as possible. Be the last one to be out, get those points. There you go, that 2 of that group of 4 missing out. Down to 20 then. Starting to get towards the business end of this. Pace is a bit relentless. Tim on the front again. Averaging over 45k an hour. Right, now we're in the money. Down to the top 16. I think I was a bit fortunate there. Doesn't have to, I think they got caught out. Sometimes it's a bit hard to know who's being eliminated. Two more to go. I'm safe. $14 left then. 2 more to go after this bend. Oh, nice. So Kim's gone and Spencer, 2 strong riders. Oh. They were doing well with their top 10s. And change so easily. And that running up to the line. Oh no! Oh, I just made it there. That was close. Now I'm shooting off the front. Did not mean to do that. Oh. Another 2 gone. Ah. Bit of a gap for those back 2. They're in trouble. Phillips and Barr. Down to 6. That's 4 then. 2 laps to go. Final lap. Ah. Oh. Oh. I'll come back. Oh. Oh, well, that's hard. Oh. Sorry, guys, I had to go at the end there. Because that was... Oh. I was right up in the heart rate zones. Hard and tough, really. Strong ride by Alex, another podium. McIntyre up there as well, top 5. Hearn in 6th. Everything consistent. Oh. Wow. That was tough but exciting. There we go. There's the results from the first 3 races. And then Toffoli, Lister, McIntyre. Oh, Alex, then McIntyre. Moni, Ahern, Barr, Phillips, Jones, Juragi. That was really good. Bit shorter this week on event 4. 13 minutes. Last week it was more like 25. But it seemed to work better anyway this week because you're pretty much sprinting every lap for the line because you don't really know what's going on. I did see a good suggestion from Sheppers that whoever's in last place should have some sort of red flag over their head so that you know you're in the danger zone. A good visual clue like that I think would be pretty good, just to let people know. There's a couple of times where I got a bit confused where lap riders have gone or have they not gone, and then you get eliminated on the line as well. But no, good fun. I know I was pretty lucky on maybe 3 laps from the end, only just made it across the line in time. And even at the end there, that was pretty close between myself, Toffoli, and Alex. I think this 4-race format definitely works. It's pretty hard. A few riders there you can see consistently across all the events. I think Claffey was a bit unfortunate in that race 4. Sounded like he had a bit of a technical. But you can see he's in the top 10 for race 1, 2, and then winner of race 3. McIntyre, he's 9th in the first race. Not so lucky in race 2, or not so good in race 2. Maybe a bit unlucky if he got caught on the wrong side of that dash. I started 3rd in the TT, and he picked up 4th at the end there. That elimination races, it's just a challenge all the way through because it's a bit of a TT. You're constantly on. There's not much let up. Then you've got to be really alert as you come around to a lap banner every time. Sometimes having to put in a bit of a sprint just to make sure that you're not the last one across the line. You could be coming around that corner in first place. You might get swamped by the riders coming behind with the draft. It's all very challenging. You've got to be on the ball. Very much a mental race as much as a leg race, that one. So I'm going to wrap up. I need to go catch my breath after all that excitement. 4 hard efforts. I'm sure I'm going to be feeling that tomorrow. But this is going to be a weekly event, so check out the different social media channels. There's a Facebook group, the RGT users group on Facebook. Check that out. There'll be details there. We've got a Discord channel as well, and you can find details for that either on the Facebook user group or if you're following on my YouTube channel, then the link will be in the description of this event. So click on that, come join us. Lots of friendly people, lots of advice. And also check out rgtdb.com. So there's a good list of the upcoming events, and give ZMS Streams a like as well, giving up his time this evening to broadcast this event. Put this on Facebook and on YouTube. Hopefully we've given you something interesting to watch. It would be great to have some feedback. Leave a comment or send us a message on Facebook or YouTube. I'm sure we'll be back next week. So thanks for tuning in. Have a good evening. We'll see you all again soon.